What is up, YouTube? This is Brindle here from Reddit, bringing you another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle from Reddit's r/pokemonleagueDS. I am the grass gym leader over there, and I've got a gym challenge for you today against slickboarder89. And we had quite a few battles disconnect due to Wi-Fi, so this was the first one that we actually managed to play all the way through, and it was an amazing battle. So here we are, without any further ado. So let's see, I did have to upload this onto, I don't know, whatever you save these battles to, the global upload, because I had another battle right after it. So he's going to leave off with Steel Condor, his Skarmory, and I'm going to go ahead and lead off with Mistshroom, my Breloom. And he's not going to stay in and take a Spore, because he really needs this Skarmory for later, so he's going to switch out to his Dragonite. Now I'm just going to smack it with a Spore and put it right to sleep. And I'm feeling really good, because I mean, this Dragonite's out of the way. I don't even have to deal with what's probably the biggest threat on his whole team, as far as I know. But no, he's got a Lumberry. And now, I know that he's going to be faster, and I know he's going to hit me, but I really have nothing better to take a hit. So I'm going to leave Mistshroom in, and I'm going to live with 4 HP. Now, it doesn't actually matter because I have a Focus Sash, but it was really interesting. Now I can take a Fire Punch. And I'm going to put this Dragonite right back to sleep. This is going to be really important way later in the game, and you'll see why. So he's going to call back Dragonite, as I'm going to set up a Swords Dance, and he's going to send in this Steel Condor again, now that he knows that I won't put him to sleep because of Sleep Claws. So, I'm not feeling too good about this setup. I don't really have much I can do. I'm just going to go straight for a Bullet Seed, see what it does. In hindsight, I probably should have gone for the Mach Punch. It would have been a much better play. But, I mean, hey, what can you do? I end up getting 4 hits off the Bullet Seed, so that actually works out really well in my favor. And he's just going to pick me off with a Brave Bird. He only takes, 1 damage recoil, so really that was the best play on his part. He shouldn't have stayed around or fooled around with Whirlwind or anything. That was a very good play. And after leftovers, he's going to get back more HP than he took recoil, which is always nice. So I'm going to go straight into Moses, and I'm feeling overconfident right now. I'm not going to mess around with predictions. I'm going to go straight for a Volt Switch. But he's going to switch out into Landy Bear. And this Landorus is going to give me so much trouble. So I'm not going to want to stay in and take a U-turn or a Stone Edge. So I'm going to switch out into Dentata, my Ferrothorn. And he's going to try to smack me with the Stone Edge, and that is going to miss. So now I'm feeling pretty good. I think he's going to switch out, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the Stealth Rocks, as he goes for an Earthquake, and that does way more than I'm comfortable with. And I see here that he's Life Orbed, so he's not Scarfed like I thought he was. And I'm going to set up my Rocks, and this turns out to be a huge mistake, because I can't take another Earthquake. I got to switch out. So I'm going to go out to Moses, and he predicts that beautifully, and he goes for the Rock Polish. And I'm just like, no! What am I going to do now? I don't have anything I can do against that. So I gotta switch right back out, and I'm gonna go back into Dentata, because I've got nothing to take it, and something's gotta die. Here he shows me Fly though, because he's not willing to risk another Stone Edge miss costing him. So he's gonna go up for Fly, and he's gonna take me clean out with that Fly. Now, luckily, because Fly is a contact move, he's going to take damage from the Iron Barbs, my Rocky Helmet, and then his Life Orb. So he's going to lose over 1/3 of his health, which is excellent. It puts him at right about half. So now I'm going to send out Pure Hatred, my last chance against this here Landorus. I'm going to go for the Leech Seed on the first turn, because now I know he's set, and I know he's got nothing that can actually do much to me. And he's going to hit me with a Stone Edge. And I'm like, I'm max HP, max defense, I can take that, that's not going to be a big deal. And he gets a crit. And that's going to make so much of a difference on this battle, because this goes from being an easy stall war to being a really hard stall war. So, after Lefties and Leech Seed recovery, I'm going to be back at a pretty good number. I'm going to be back at 130 HP. So I'm going to set up a sub on the next turn as he hits me with an Earthquake. I really thought I could take this. I know he's Life Orbed and it is stab and all, but I do resist it. But he's able to break my sub, which is quite disappointing. But I notice now that his HP is low enough that on the next turn he's going to knock himself out. So I'm thinking, I mean, I don't really want to set up a sub, but I mean, I don't really want to risk him, you know, KOing something if I make the wrong guess on my switch. So I'm going to stay in and I'm going to encore him into Earthquake because I know I can take that. You know, he's not going to go for the fly, and I don't want Stone Edge to take me out with another crit. So I'm going to just survive with just a little bit of health. Now, after lefties, I've got enough that I can do... I have one more attack in me. He's going to send out his Breloom, and I've got just enough HP that I can taunt him to prevent him from sporing something on my team. Which is excellent, because this gives me the one turn that I need to try to do some damage to his team. And I'm going to see the Toxic Orb, which tells me he's not Technician, he is Poison Heal, which is, I mean, it's scary right now, but since he is taunted, he can't sub. So he's going to go for the Focus Punch, and that's going to destroy my Whimsicott. And there's absolutely nothing I can do about that. I don't have any attacks on this Whimsicott. I could have switched, and then that new thing would be hit with the Focus Punch. There's nothing I could do to stop that. But now I'm going to send in Dr. Breaky. And I know he's not going to want to go for the Focus Punch because I could just smack him with anything. So I'm going to go take a really risky maneuver, and I'm going to go for the Dragon Dance. And luckily he does not go for the Focus Punch. He does choose to go for the Stone Edge. And he misses, and that is really unfortunate for him, but you're going to see that's not going to make much of a difference in a minute. So I'm going to go for the Outrage, and that's going to just clean take out this Breloom. It's going to go straight down to 0. So, as always, Dr. Breaky does some serious work, and he's going to send in his Tyranitar now. Now, that's going to set up the Sand, which really would have been helpful for him earlier in the match, but he didn't really have many opportunities to bring it in. So, I'm locked into Outrage, and a +1 Outrage is going to destroy this Tyranitar. This is a Dragon Dance Tyranitar, I do know this from an earlier battle. But, I mean, I don't even think a regular Tyranitar, like a bulkier set, I don't think it would have taken it that much better. So now, Dr. Breaky is still locked into Outrage, and he goes straight on into his Skarmory, which really, I mean, that might have been a better play earlier, but still a pretty good play now. So I'm going to hit it with an Outrage, and he's got no options. I mean, he could hit me with a Brave Bird, but it probably wouldn't KO. And I do get confused here, but I do have the Lumberry, so I'm ready to go again, and I'll be able to pick him off with a Rock Slide next turn, a +1 Rock Slide. So he's going to go ahead and Whirlwind me out, and that was a pretty good play on his part. Unfortunately, it backfires because it brings me out straight into Moses. The one thing on my team that I know can almost one-shot this Skarmory. So now he's got nothing left to take a Volt Switch because his Landy Bear is dead. So I'm going to be able to pick him off with a Volt Switch now. And I'm going to go straight out into Mount Turtle. Now, every time I try to use Mount Turtle, it doesn't get to do anything. So I got really excited now because I brought it in on a clean hit. So it's at full HP, and it's immune to Sandstorm, and I'm like, okay, finally, this right now, Mount Turtle is going to have his moment to shine. And he brings in Chandelure, and I'm like, okay, alright, maybe if he's got like Flamethrower, maybe I can take a Flamethrower. And he goes for the Hidden Power. And it's super effective, and I'm going to assume that means that it's Ice. And that is just going to absolutely wreck Mount Turtle. So every single time I try to use this Torterra, it gets killed in one shot. It never lands an attack. But now I'm in a good place because he's locked into Hidden Power Ice, which is not going to be strong enough to one-shot Moses. So I'm going to be able to threaten him out. And I don't know if he was expecting a Shadow Ball or a Hidden Power of a specific type, but I'm just going to go straight for the Thunderbolt. And that's going to work out great, because he's going to bring in his Dragonite, and because it's asleep from the second turn of the match, I'm going to be able to 2-hit KO this thing with Thunderbolts, and it's not going to get to do anything back. So I'll just wait for the battle to catch up here. While that's going on, I think I'll just throw out a plug for the subreddit r/pokemonleagueDS. There are 17 gym leaders with the 17 corresponding types. So if you really want to challenge us, swing on down. We've got a lot of great gym leaders with a lot of different battle styles, and it's a lot of fun. So anyways, his Chandelure is going to come back in, and after the Stealth Rock's damage, he's going to be really at a low point, and I'm going to be able to pick him off with this Thunderbolt. And down goes the Chandelure, and that is going to be the end of the battle. And now, I don't know what happens now at the end of one of these battles. Okay, it just brings me back to the screen. So that's going to be the battle, and if you like that, just leave a like, comment, head over to r/pokemonleagueDS and check us out. And if you want to challenge me, if you think you can beat this team, if you think you're going to give Mount Turtle a chance to shine, just come on down. Alright, see ya.